What's going on, everyone? So LKCO stock, Luokung Technologies, is going absolutely insane today. And just like right the other day I made the video, it was around like $1.40 plus cents. So let's just measure it around like 140-ish. And if we were to measure it at the high point, I mean that's like almost a 50% plus gain. And basically, if you were to measure this around like what March 12th and the weekend, pretty much you can see that you pretty much 2x, right? So give or take short term. And obviously, people have been holding this for quite a bit and even held it down to the low point here. And then now we're currently at the $1.97 mark. Now, there were some major things that happened recently that I want to share with you guys in terms of LKCO and also some fun facts to keep you guys up to date in case you have no idea like what's going on. And just remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Make sure you're doing research before making any investments. But like right now, for instance, we're testing the $2 price point, right? So we went right here around $2 mark. We broke out of it slightly. Now I can go in a closer time frame. Maybe it'd be easier to see. And you can see we broke out the $2 mark here. And then now we have this sell off right now. So me personally, I'm going to wait off. I'm not messing with it right now because we do have some support, at least the short term around 160 plus, and then even more stronger support lower down here. But at least right now, there's some big things that happen. All right, so first off, let me give you some history, right? Originally, LKCO was supposedly getting delisted, and then they made new updates extending this date until May 8th. So technically, if you're watching this right now, you still got plenty of time, right, to research into it and do your due diligence and all that. But originally, I wasn't gonna mess with Luokung because one, it was supposedly getting delisted because the U.S. was looking at it like a Chinese military company dealing with stuff like that. And then also the exchanges that you could trade it on, they was very limited. But recently they allowed it to be traded on almost every exchange that's quite popular out there that people can access. One of them being Webull. And even my video the other day I made, the volume was only like 10 mil. And now you can see today it's basically 3x volume, and it's probably going to keep going. Obviously we only have a few hours left until the market closes, but the volume's already 3 plus X. So, I mean, that definitely translated in the price going from pretty much, if we just go like the 5-day chart, you can see here, we hovered around the 140, sub 150, give or take 160 price point for quite a bit. And then all of a sudden, boom, the price just goes crazy, right? And there was one article that I want to share with you that's very recent. I didn't mention this in my previous video that I want to share with you. But just quick fun facts before. Today, I mentioned this in my previous vid. This was an announcement that they closed on 100% equity interest for EMAP Go Technologies. And I talked more about this in my previous video, but basically this is a big deal. And this company has a lot of data regarding like maps and navigations, things of that nature. So you can definitely check that out if you want to see more details. I'm not going to spend too much time into it because I already referenced it. But even if you like type in Luokung News and you just go to like Google, for instance, and just hit news, depending on where you're from, it might show you different articles. But you can see here, like, there's some new articles that, should you invest in Luokung? Stuff that you never saw, like, at least for me when I was researching over the past few weeks. Like, I never saw any of these posts about, like, should you consider it, things of that nature. And then, obviously, you can see the historical stuff, too. But the major one I want to share with you is this article right here. So you can check on Reddit, too. But, again, I don't know the accuracy of this particular website. So feel free to comment below if you have any additional sources. But basically, there's this meeting with Biden. So China seeks Biden. And then basically they're going to have this next month if Alaska talks go well. And check this out. So here's stuff you can read through all this. But there's one paragraph right here. So basically this states China has urged the Biden administration to remove tariffs and sanctions imposed during Mr. Trump's presidency, as well as measures to restrict sales of key technology to Chinese companies. So basically this is like a summary of saying, hey, can we make it up? Can we relax? Can we chill? And get rid of some of these things that Trump actually had before, he left. So that is potential, I'd say, positive news. Again, we don't know. There's no guarantee, right? We still don't have control over this. So if they were to, not make it and they end up getting delisted during this date time frame, then yes, the worst case scenario is Luokung ends up tanking, the price dropping because people are selling off because they don't want to have to deal with finding an OTC change to trade it on. So that is one thing to see. But now we can see massive sell-off. So I'm sure a lot of people did buy into this. They're holding the back right now. So that's usually why I like to hold off on things like this, because there's no really support. Like maybe we could have some at these touch points right here, but like I would wait until it starts to consolidate sideways somewhere like this or even like this, and then it'll give you more of a confirmation versus buying into the stuff like at this high point. You're just free falling right now if it were to drop, which is currently doing, and this is even on the 5-minute chart. So we can switch to the 1 minute and see some closer things, but yeah, it's not looking too bullish right now. RSI might indicate it might be a little oversold, but this is short term. But I think the biggest thing is that you might look for like the next few weeks, more of a long-term play, is one, these meetings with the U.S. and China to potentially ease some of these restrictions regarding some of their companies. So if this ends up going well, maybe potentially, that's what the people on Reddit are stating, that could potentially be a bonus for LKCO. We'll have to wait and see, right? This is all speculation, and obviously we don't have any control over it ourselves. So technically this could all end poorly, but also it could end up well too, depending on what happens. But see, we do have some green right now, so maybe this candlesticks turn into green and then potentially it reverses, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, do let me know your thoughts on LKCO. Any other major news regarding the delisting and future projections, feel free to link those below so I can check them out. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and also if you made it this far and you want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, then be sure to click the first link in the description below, sign up for an account, and as long as you deposit $100 minimum or more, you'll be able to receive 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. Aside from that, I will see you in the next video.